Soo Kai stepped forward. His low hat partially obscured his face, his mask concealing his unreadable expression, but his star aura remained unconcealed. His steps were quick, like someone eager to escape the spotlight, but that only served to draw even more attention. Some fans recognized him immediately, their voices stifled with a mixture of surprise and disbelief. A few minutes later, Tan Songyun emerged from the same direction. With her casual style and simple travel attire, she looked tired yet elegant. Her hair was slightly messy from the long journey, but her faint smile when she realized someone recognized her only heightened the tension. What made the difference wasn't just their presence in the same place, nor the fact that they were returning from the same city. It was the timing. The time between their appearances was so close, so precise, that it was hard to dismiss them as mere coincidence. Fans began comparing small details, flight times, arrival gates, even the direction they walked after exiting. Each piece of information pieced together like a puzzle, slowly forming a larger and far more shocking picture. The circulating photos quickly spread across social media. Within hours, the topic had become a hot topic. It wasn't just because these two big names were spotted together, but because of the long history they share in the eyes of fans. For years, the hope of seeing them in a project together had lingered, though slowly fading. Many considered it just an old dream that would never come true. But that night, that hope rekindled, brighter than ever. Several observers noticed their body language. Even though they weren't walking together, there was something inexplicable. A subtle awareness, like two people who knew they were in the same room but chose to keep their distance. Soo Kai was seen occasionally glancing to the side, as if confirming something. Meanwhile, Tan Songyun, though focused on walking, occasionally slowed her pace in a way that felt deliberate. Were they really not together? Or were they just trying to appear as if they weren't together? The question fueled increasingly wild speculation. Fans began digging deeper, searching for clues from the past, from old interviews, from small interactions that might have once been taken for granted. Paris, a city known as a symbol of romance, was now the backdrop for an unexpected mystery. The fact that they were there at the same time added a layer of mystery that was hard to ignore. Some sources even claim that the two were spotted in the same location in Paris, though not in the same frame. The same restaurant, the same street, almost the same time. All of this could be considered coincidence. But when coincidences happen too often, they start to feel like something planned. On the other hand, there was no official statement from either party. No clarification, no denial. This silence only made the situation even more uncertain, giving the public's imagination room to run wild. Some fans chose to remain realistic, considering this a mere coincidence on a professional trip. But many others felt there was something deeper going on, something not yet ready to be revealed to the public. The airport has now returned to normal. The lights remain on, passengers arrive and depart as usual. But for those who witnessed that night, the place has witnessed an unforgettable moment. A moment that may, in the future, be remembered as the beginning of something greater. Or perhaps it was just a coincidence too good to be true. But one thing is certain. That night has rekindled something that had been extinguished. Hope, curiosity, and the belief that in this world of secrets, not everything is as it seems on the surface. And as the phone screen continues to fill with those images, one question lingers in the air, unanswered, yet tantalizing. Is this really just a coincidence or the beginning of a long-awaited story? As time passed, details continued to emerge, as if the night hadn't finished telling its story. Some fans began zooming in on the images, analyzing every angle with almost detective-like precision. From the shadows on the floor to the reflections in the mirror, everything was examined, hoping to find hidden clues that could explain what had happened. Some noticed the suitcases they were carrying, their color, size, even a glimpse of the brand. Curiously, some claimed they looked identical, or at least from the same series. Such a small detail might seem insignificant to some, but for those who had long followed the pair, it became a crucial piece in a larger puzzle. Meanwhile, short video footage began circulating, showing the moment Soo Kai passed through the exit, followed a few minutes later by Tan Songyun. In the video, there was a moment that left many speechless. Soo Kai's slight glance back, in the exact direction Tan Songyun would later exit. Was it just a reflex? Or a gesture accidentally caught on camera? Speculation grew even more when someone uploaded a flight schedule from Paris to Beijing that same day. There were only a few direct flights, and the likelihood of them being on the same plane was growing. If that were true, the next question arose. Why did they choose to leave separately? Some theories suggested it was a matter of professionalism, maintaining privacy amidst such intense public scrutiny. Others believed it was a way to avoid rumors that could impact their careers. However, it was precisely this effort to maintain distance that made things seem even more suspicious. Amidst all this, there were also quieter voices. Those who chose to see this as a beautiful coincidence, without seeking any hidden meaning. They enjoyed the surprise for what it was: two superstars in one place at one time. For many fans, however, the story was too powerful to ignore. There were emotions involved, old memories resurfacing, and hope slowly rekindling in something previously thought impossible. Entertainment media began to pick up on the story, albeit cautiously. They presented the facts without jumping to conclusions. Yet even in that caution, it was clear that this was more than just another news story. And behind all the spotlight, behind all the analysis and speculation, there are two people who remain silent. No posts, no comments, no additional clues. Their silence is the harshest part of this entire story. Perhaps, in the end, the truth of that night will never truly be revealed. Or perhaps, someday, everything will be explained in an unexpected way. But for now, the mystery lives on, hanging between fact and hope, waiting to be retold in a more complete version. Time passes, but the echoes of that night remain. Every time the photos reappear on timelines, there are new perspectives, new interpretations, and, of course, new emotions attached to them. It's as if that fleeting moment at the airport has a life of its own, continuing to evolve, even after the original event has passed. Some fans have begun to imagine deeper scenarios, conversations that might have taken place on the plane, brief glances unseen by the cameras, or even a silent decision to distance themselves to avoid the spotlight. These imaginations are not mere fantasies, but rather a form of attachment that has been building over the years. On the other hand, a sense of respect began to emerge amidst the heated discussion. A sense that, whatever the truth, they deserved their own space. That not everything had to be explained, and not every coincidence had to be interpreted as something bigger. Still, that night had left a lasting mark. A simple moment, yet powerful enough to shake old hopes and reopen buried possibilities. And perhaps, it was precisely in that uncertainty that this story became so compelling to continue following.